Hello, my name's Laura. Welcome to my channel. And I decided to make this short video on my transformation on a raw living food lifestyle and how it has changed my skin and my hair. And the reason I decided to do this was just because I had ran across this picture, and pictures really show things a lot, but you know, I knew that my hair had been getting a lot better, and the problems that I had with my hair was that it was very dry and brittle, and it also was getting to where it was getting very thin and it was starting to fall out in clumps in the back. So being a cosmetologist, and I know that nutrition has a lot to do with all of these things, but not really understanding why I was having any problems because of the fact that I ate a lot healthier than most people. And I was always told that to eat fish and all these different things, and I did all those things. And it didn't do anything for me because my body was not well at that time. I had a lot of things going on, a lot of underlying things, and that was what the problem was. I mean, I found out when I first went on the lifestyle that I had parasites, and you know, I had a lot of other things going on too. And there's a lot of things going on with people that they don't really realize. And when I finally started to realize these things, of course I didn't transform overnight, but after about a year and a half, I started to see things really happening. And, you know, as time went on, more and more, I saw more and more happening. But some of the things that I had going on with my skin was that I had these little, what looked like little holes of not tanning on my legs. I would go out in the sun and sit outside, and parts of my body would not tan, and it would make what looked like sunspots. And people would say, oh, that's from the sun, you shouldn't go out in the sun. But realistically, the sun is actually telling you that they're there. It's there, but it's not showing until you go out in the sun, because those parts will not tan. So that was something that I had for so many years, and I had no idea what was causing it. And now when I look back on it, I know that so much of the antibiotics that I was taking and everything, and that probably causes a lot of yeast, and yeast will definitely run through your body and can get underneath your skin. It could actually get under the skin and cause stuff like this. And I know a couple of different people that have had a similar issue and have asked me about it because they didn't know I had it. They were having these issues and asked me about it. And actually, two different people that I know. And they have been to the doctor for years for different prescriptions, and for a while it seems to be working, and then they try these different, the doctor tells them don't eat this but eat that, and it doesn't go away. And I understand, because I was going through the same thing. It just wouldn't go away. I had it for years and years. When I finally got to the underlining of this problem, it was when I did all these cleanses. I did a candida cleanse, and I did kidney cleanses. I did all kinds of cleanses. And this is why I know I talk about cleanses a lot, but if there's things going on in the body, it's really hard to ever get completely clean. Even eating raw foods, it can take a little bit longer if you don't know how to eat the right raw foods, and you don't know how to eat the right foods in general, and you don't really understand what's actually causing the problem, and you're just trying all these different things and nothing is working. So that was definitely something that did finally, and it took me a couple of years, but I did see differences each summer, that it would be less and less and less until finally, like the last 2 summers, it's been gone. Last summer it was completely gone. The summer before it was almost gone. But you can't really see it until you go out in the sun. I don't know if anybody knows what that is, but it's like, it's spelled Tinea versicolor, they call it. Tinea versicolor. And it really looks terrible. It looks like you have some kind of illness or something. But I did get rid of that. And I also was starting to see a lot of little, sort of like liver spots on parts of my face. And people call them liver spots. And they say, well, you can't really get rid of those. But actually, you can. And, you know, topical treatments can be helpful to a certain degree, but if you don't get to the underlying of it, it really doesn't do anything. You have to go from the inside and the outside, and the inside out, the outside in, or whatever. And liver cleansing, I think, does take care of a lot of that, because if your liver is having trouble and your liver's not clean, certainly it's going to come out in your skin, and then when you go out in the sun, it just comes out in blotches. So I'm not really someone who's trying to sun worship or anything, but I do believe that a little bit of sun is okay. I still think that you have to be careful and you should try to protect your skin some. And a lot of times I use shea butter, and in certain spots sometimes I will use a non-toxic tanning lotion, because tanning lotions are also toxic. And also, when you're putting all these toxic things into the skin, it is not helping you at all. In the long run, you're just making your liver work even harder. And it's like this really weird thing that goes on, because people think that they're taking all these things and it's making them better. But it's really, in a lot of ways, it's just making them worse. And then sometimes people don't know why people are so green and clean, you know, why they want to use clean products, and they don't really get it. But the thing is you do want to use clean products. And I don't even really use shampoo anymore. I have just been using a mix of baking soda with a little bit of tea tree and a little bit of lemon, and I don't use all that shampoo and all these different things. I really have limited my amount of all these toxins going into my body, because that stuff really does wreak havoc on your hair and your skin in the long run. So these things have also helped. On top of eating raw foods, you do have to limit all of these toxic chemicals and start reading some of the things that you're putting onto your skin. I don't use makeup that has any toxic. I really searched. It took me a really long time to find all the right things, and I went through all this stuff with a fine-tooth comb, because I did not want to be putting any more junk back into my body. So this does have a lot to do with a lot of things. And it takes a while when you're changing to more green products like this, for your body's chemistry to kind of get used to the change. And all of a sudden, I feel like your body really comes like in sync with all of these things, and it really starts to heal. And that's what I feel that I went through, was all of this healing that happened to me, because I did facial detoxes even for my skin, getting all this stuff out of my skin, because of years and years of wearing cosmetics and things that were just absolutely loaded with junk, that I never really thought, I just never really sat and thought about all of these things. And you know, sometimes people, they'll laugh, because they say, oh, these vegans are crazy and they worry about, all these toxins and things. But it's true. You should not be putting and pouring these chemicals into your body. Even the creams that you buy in the drugstore and things like this are just loaded with all kinds of chemicals and stuff. So I've become very picky about what I put on my skin, and I'm really more into making my own lotions and stuff and buying my own I buy shea butter and things of that nature, and make sure that they're organic products and stuff, and I buy oils, and I'm just really, really picky about what I put on my skin now, because I know now how bad these chemicals are. And not only are they so bad for your skin and your hair and start drying things out and everything, but they're also bad for your hormones and your whole balance in your body and everything. So there's so many things that go on that I really feel like I hope that I can maybe inspire some younger people that don't have to go through all that stuff like I did, and start to look at all these things. And if you like to wear makeup like I do, and you like to do things with your hair, how to really limit the amount of chemicals that you're putting on and figure out what things are bad. And there are a lot of companies out there that are hidden companies. They tell you on the outside that this is clean stuff, and when you really look at what's in it, you'll find one or two really highly toxic things in there, and one is too much. You want to have none of those chemicals going into your body. So I just wanted to make this video talking about these things, because it just was something that really kind of irks me too, that they make all these things and they lie, and all the doctors writing out all these prescriptions and all these things, and you don't really know what you're taking, and you don't really know what's in it. And for a while it seems to be working, and then all of a sudden you're back in the same boat and it's not working. And it's because sometimes there's certain medicines that will seem like it's clearing things up because it has something in it, antifungal thing, but the thing is that once your body gets used to it, and that's why you're always having to change medications and change all of these things. And the point of being green and trying to eat healthy is so that you don't have to take medication, and you don't have to go through all these things. You don't have to go to the doctor and buy prescriptions and try to figure out why your hair is falling out and how come this and how come that, and really do more studying and researching about plant foods and things that are going to nourish your body throughout your life as you age, and age gracefully, and get away from all these yucky chemicals that are so horrible for us and things of that nature. So I really hope that I've helped somebody with this video. Just talking about this topic really makes me look back at all the years that I was going through so many hormonal changes and things in my body that just made me feel absolutely off the wall and terrible. And a lot of it I know now is because of all the stuff that was in a lot of these products that I was using and that I was pouring into my skin and my body. So also I'm very happy to see the transformation. I'm very happy to look and be able to look back at a picture when I knew that my hair was looking like it was just going to fall out any minute. I was going to be bald. I mean, I really felt like my hair was getting just terrible. And sometimes when you're going through years and you're going through these changes kind of gradually, you don't really realize it until all of a sudden one day you look at a picture and you go, oh my God. It's just like if you've been working out and sometimes you think, I don't think I'm gaining anything. I don't think anything's happening. But you can look back at a picture and say, wow, I really do see a little bit of something happening. It's just because that's how human nature, we see ourselves every day and we really don't notice the changes. And when you really can look back and you can see the change and you can look at the before and after and you say, oh my gosh, I really see a big change. And you can't really explain sometimes what it is. Sometimes I can't really explain how my face, my skin just looks more rested, more I just look and feel more well-rounded. And it just shows. And when you can feel it and you can see it and other people start asking you what you're doing and they can tell, that really makes you feel good. And so I really push things like this, and I really hope that people will start reading what's in the stuff that they're using. Go into your bathroom and just start looking at all of these things and start looking up some of these chemicals and finding out what really is in this stuff, and realize that you need to just throw all the stuff out and start all over again. So I hope that I inspired somebody to do that. And I'm just going to read this, and this is out of Psalms, and it's chapter 119 verse 58, and it says, I entered your favor with my whole heart. Be merciful to me according to your word. So I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and have a wonderful day.